Good morning to all our Sports Today family members. And we are building up to the Australia versus Netherlands game. But we have some very interesting side updates that are when it comes to the Indian cricket team. And firstly, let me start off with this one major update on Hardik Pandya's fitness. Now, according to a report in the Indian Express, Hardik Pandya, he's not yet resumed bowling after sustaining that injury against Bangladesh in Pune. Remember, Hardik Pandya suffered an ankle injury when he was actually trying to stop a straight drive from Litton Das in Pune. Now, the major update that is there on Hardik Pandya, according to the Indian Express report, is that he may not be available until 5th November. Hardik Pandya might miss 2 league games in the ICC ODI World Cup. He will miss 2 more games for 2 reasons. One, he has not yet started bowling, and also Hardik Pandya will not be able to get back in time in fitness for the England and the Sri Lanka game. So, this is the latest update that we have for all our family members who are joining us now, that Hardik Pandya probably will not be available for the England and Sri Lanka games that is going to take place on October 29th and November 2. So that means you may see Suryakumar Yadav and Mohammad Shami possibly get 2 more games. Maybe. That is the update that we have gotten from media reports that are there. The Indian Express has given this report that Hardik Pandya might not be available for 2 games on October 29th and November 2. He will most likely be back on the 5th of November for the game against South Africa. Now, the latest, I'm getting a lot of comments from our family members about Virat Kohli. Now remember, recently, Virat Kohli's behavior was called idiotic by one England batter. Recently, there was a book released on baseball, and Alex Lees, one England batter who had hit a 50 in the game against India at Edgbaston. Remember in that 5th test in Edgbaston when England chased down 378. Virat Kohli was really after the England batters. He was sledging them. He was really going after them. And Alex Lees, one of the cricketers who had scored a 50 in that game, he said that Virat Kohli is a brilliant player. He's one of the greats. But his behavior in the Edgbaston test was very, very idiotic, quote unquote. He has mentioned it in the book that has come out just now. I'll be doing a special video on that. What were the extracts of that book? Baseball. There is a book on baseball that has come up now, and because of that, this will cause a lot of flutter in that. Alex Lees also gave it back in a way, he had some particular chance words also for Virat Kohli. So he labeled the behavior idiotic, and that is why whether Virat Kohli was right or wrong, whether England's reaction was right or wrong, that is very, very subjective indeed. So you all remember that test match that Alex Lee scored a quick 50, Johnny Bairstow hit a 50, but we all know that Virat Kohli's sledge on Johnny Bairstow backfired spectacularly, and he along with Joe Root ensured England scored 378. So that is why in 76 overs at that time, you saw how England bossed the chase at that time. Was Alex Lees right in calling Virat Kohli's behavior idiotic in Edgbaston? Was it right? Was Kohli's sledge worth it? I will be doing a special video on that in a couple of hours from now. There are extracts from that book, Baseball. So that is why Alex Lees has given his verdict on it. Let's see how the Indian public laps up to it. So at this point in time, today, what you're going to see is that the Indian cricket team are going to arrive in Lucknow today. They have released photos, they have released visuals of how the Indian team in their 2-day holiday in Dharamshala, they have gone for trekking. They went for trekking, they enjoyed in the hills for 2 days, and now they'll be back in Lucknow for preparing the game against England. On the other hand, when you see the Indian team at this point in time, minus Hardik Pandya, potentially for England and for Sri Lanka, maybe they will want to persist with the same team. Does Shardul Thakur come back in place of Mohammad Shami? especially against England, considering that they bat very deep and they could post 300, 350, and you need a deep batting order for that. That might be the debate up when we look at it. So, Hardik Pandya's potential absence for two more games, as reported in the Indian Express, might be a bit of a blow for the Indian team. Now, as far as the Bangladesh versus South Africa game is concerned, yet another shellacking. I mean, South Africa were really on top of their game, and Aiden Markram, who's the captain at this point, he's given an update on maybe Temba Bavuma coming back for the Pakistan game. Now, you've seen in the couple of games that were there, and we mentioned it even in the post match yesterday. Does South Africa have a problem when it comes to bowling the tail out? He said no. It's not much of a problem. There are batters who've done well. So we are not so much, if you look at it, worried about batting at this point in time or trying to bowl the tail out. We are not worried about that. Shakib Al Hasan, on the other hand, he said, I hope that I finish 5th or 6th. He's not even gunning for a semi-final. That is the Bangladesh mentality at this point in time. I mean, he's been realistic, but do you want to be realistic at this point in time? Not even have a faint bit of hope? Bangladesh are content with saying, I hope we finish 5th or 6th. That is the situation at this point in time. So let me take some questions at this time. Yes, it is a bit of a bad news if we have to look at it. Karthik Munjal, I mentioned the name. Avijit Kumar saying, yes, Hardik Pandya, we hope he comes back soon. I mean, 5th November is the date that is expected. Maybe he can make a quicker recovery from it. And Freaking Awesome is saying in 2023, South Africa batted first in 10 ODIs and won 9, but when they chase, they lose 4 out of 7. If you take India's records, there is not much difference when they will bat first or field first. Yeah, I mean, see, November 5 is going to give you an indication. If South Africa bats second, can they chase it down? Are they up for chasing? That is the big question. South Africa won most games while batting first. Now they will be hoping that they can at least chase in a particular game so that they will at least ease that pressure off. And remember, when they have chased in this World Cup, they have lost. The one game that they lost, Netherlands. So that is why it is going to be a very... What kind of a pitch we expect for England match? Pawan Venkat is asking you. Pawan, I think you might see a slow spin-friendly deck in Lucknow because we don't know which strip are they going to play. And Shivang Parash says, are there any chance of Kishan or Ashwin entering the squad? If it is a spin-friendly deck, if and only if it's a spin-friendly deck, then Shami might be replaced with Ashwin. But then if it's a spin-friendly deck, if 3 spinners are in operation, it could happen that Shami keeps his place and Siraj sits out. So it could be, if it's a spin-friendly deck, Ashwin, Kuldeep, Jaddu, Shami, Bumrah. That might be your 5 bowlers. But if Hardik Pandya is not fit, then you'll have to have a buffer. But then you'll have to ensure your batting is good then. So Suryakumar Yadav keeps his place at 6, followed by Jaddu at 7, Ashwin at 8, Kuldeep at 9, Shami, Bumrah. Maybe that might be your bowling combination at this point in time. So Kevin Abraham saying SA will choke when they chase. Maybe. But then we don't know. One match they chased, they did go down. And that is why it is going to be. Pawan Venkat, should Rohit need to change his approach? No way, boss. No way. Rohit is ensuring that India are in a great position each and every time. You need not change that approach. And this World Cup in particular, it is really working. So that is why. Surprisingly, Freaking Awesome saying England lost 4 out of 5 ODIs while chasing in 2023. We often think England are good at chasing. Even I am also wondering what's happened to England. I think all players have lost form at the wrong time. That's the thing. Rishabh is saying, will Hardik Pandya be fit? As I mentioned, for people joining us now, there is a potential situation that Hardik Pandya might miss 2 more games. The Indian Express has reported, and we have given you that update at the start of the show. Hardik Pandya might miss both the England and Sri Lanka games. He could be fit for the South Africa game in Kolkata. So the Indian cricket team are monitoring his progress. The NCA is monitoring his progress. The main reason is he's not yet started bowling. And that's why maybe you will want to give him some more leeway in order to ensure that he's fit. So that is why that's the situation. So this is the current situation that we are building up to Australia versus Netherlands. That's going to happen today at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. If Australia win, they will then join the mid-table scramble for the 4th spot. Remember, 10-8-8. That's India, South Africa, New Zealand. That's the current situation. If Australia win, they will then go to fourth. They will consolidate their hold on fourth spot, and then let's see how it goes. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye bye. See you soon with more updates.